What's going on, my crew? This is Jay. Welcome to another episode of Building on Mithrintia. Last time we planned out a little bit of a sort of outline of what we wanted to build, and I want to show you guys what I've done. So, here we go. Bada boom, bada bing. Beautiful. I am very happy with this project so far. So far, as you guys can see, I've been working out a little river. This is something that I did yesterday. I need to curve it a little bit, and I think I'm gonna kind of curve it around up this way. But basically what I wanted to do, I found out you don't have to use every bit of this plot. Thankfully, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Someone got T1 without using the entire plot. So I really wanted to focus on right now getting this plot built the way I'd like it. And basically all I'm going to do after I'm done this is build a bunch of houses along this line. You can still see the outline that I've got right there. Build a few houses on this outskirts of this main portion right here. I'm going to have to do a lot of the back as well. And there is a possibility I might just have the road and see what that looks like after I finish the backing. But the main piece of this is this guy right here. And yeah, I really like it. I like it a lot. Clay just not really reviewed, but gave me some advice on this, and he's one of the moderators on this here server. Forgot to do these down here. And he told me to add a little bit more stone to the bottom half of these things. But I'm just going to give you guys a walk around, show you guys what's up. So, to add a little bit more depth to this, because it was pretty much just flat, I decided to add a little bit of grass at the bottom. Now, this is below sea level. This is, well, if we had 62, this would be, or 63, this would be 62. So, I gotta cover this up. There we go. Just like that. And I love this, how it dips down a little bit there. For no real particular reason other than the fact that it shows you this is not part of the main walkway. And then we've got this nice little lake pond thing. Tree growing in the center. And I want to work on that today, but that's besides the point. A little bridge. And just the quaintness of this as you're walking through is just unbelievable. Nothing inside the houses quite yet. We'll get to that later. But yeah. So before I go on, I want to talk about some plans for this. At this point, I've noticed that this whole build right here is shaping up really well. And I was really thinking I was going to build something here and start building buildings over here and around here. But the more I got to think about it, the more I got to think, you know, this build right now, as far as a T1 build, Tier 1, I mean, is probably pretty decent. Now, I haven't had it reviewed officially yet, but what I was thinking of doing is actually not building the building I was going to build right there, and building something more in the middle, putting up some trees, doing some more terraforming, and maybe tackling the idea of a mountain around this edge. Not sure yet. Just to give something in the background to allow for there to be something other than what you see, which is just plain sky. So it all depends on what I decide to do, and of course I could just have a huge lake around this area. The only other issue that I have with that idea is there's no way to get into this side piece unless I do that. And if I do that, I'm going to have to do that, and after that, it's kind of just disastrous. So this middle part right here, is either going to have to be a blank spot, or I'm going to have it open from the side, which I could do because this is an in right here. But then the question becomes, what do I do with the other side? So I don't know yet. We'll have to see. But either way, I really like this. So today I want to focus on this tree. Now, Claytis, I think is his name, told me to more make it into a giant ball of leaves. So I want to focus on making this thing a lot more thick and seeing what we can come up with. Also, for those of you guys, might note that this is something that BOO has been working on with Gliss in his last building series. Probably too far out there. So we need to make this thing stand out a lot more. We need to make it more thick. If we ever want to get where we need to go. I also want to talk to you guys as I do this a little bit about that made that thick on this side. Let's thicken this up. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the single player. So I've been really obsessed with this server for a little bit, and at this point in time, I'm like really inspired to build on here, and really making things work well. And really spending time getting some building things down and getting myself a lot more capable than I was before. And I hope you guys can notice that. The only thing is that I am on creative on this server, and survival is a whole nother animal. Since my series is a building series, and that's mainly what I do on my channel, I find it very difficult for me to just kind of act like, oh, well, let's see how this looks. More thick. I want to cross over. I want to cut this up a little bit. We'll do that. But yeah, I feel like the single player is a little bit insufficient right now for what I want to do. I'm not saying that I'm gonna quit doing it and it's gonna go bye-bye, so don't worry. It's on its way back. I just need some time on there. And certainly things that we thought we were gonna build are going to be put on the back burner, and we're gonna reevaluate. I just need some time to figure out what exactly I want to do on there and how I want to do it. Yes, I think this should hang down a little more. There we go. I think that's more what he's looking for. I found it very difficult to make organic shapes. I honestly, I feel like the hardest thing to do in Minecraft is to make these organic shapes. And it's just something that you have to learn to do if you're going to be a builder. And there we go. That makes it a little better. I like that. I'm happy with that tree now. Let me see what it looks like all around. A little flat on this side. And as you guys see, it's almost just random. You know, you just randomly place blocks to get somewhere. I mean, there's almost a pattern to your madness, but at the same time, you just want it to kind of be unflattened. And one of my problems that I've noticed is I have a tendency to add blocks rather than subtract. And I need to learn to also subtract. There we go. That looks a lot better. And that side looks fine. I think we're good. Alright, let's take a look from the other side. So I've actually got my desktop set for as the build. I think I need to curve that added piece right there a little more instead of having it hanging, because it kind of looks a little illogical. Let's see how that looks. Oh, much better. Much better. And the top needs some curves to it as well. So let's add a little bit of curve there. And kind of add a few blocks probably right there. Not that far. Give it some padding underneath. Alright, and then just do something like that. Okay. I just need to add a little bit extra on the top so it's not so flat. That's better. Okay. So, we need to do a lot more of these trees. Every single one of these stumps is going to be a tree. It's not going to be as amazing as this tree, or maybe it'll be more amazing, but I do intend to put some hills and some stuff onto this. Like I said, the river is going to continue. And basically, the way this is going to work is I'm just going to... coffee. I just want to make this the focus piece, and the rest of it is just going to be leading up to it. So, originally I was hoping to kind of have this be like a hidden spot, you know, lots and lots of houses all around. And then you just kind of turn this corner and bada boom. But the more I stand just about here, the more I fall in love with the fact that it is just what it is. And if I can decorate up that one side right there and then decorate the backs, it might look really good. The other thing I was thinking of doing is, see how this river is going. If I trail this river along just like this on this side and just like that on that side, and then just kind of have it come around and start right here, then we put in mountain. Oh, someone's building something over there. We'll check that out in a second. Put up this mountain or something like right there, and then have this be dripping down. I mean, we might have something really nice. Let me check out what's going on over here. I didn't know that anybody was building anything right near me. I hope this person doesn't mind. I don't think anybody else is. Wow. Kind of like a floating... Actually, no, I don't think it's a floating island. Hold on. So I think what this person's going to do is... And this may give me an idea of how to make a mountain, because I haven't done that one before, and I haven't seen how it's done. It looks like you layer out the outline of the mountain where it's going to be. And kind of what he's doing is he's going to make this whole thing kind of a mountain piece, which I think is really cool. Very nice job to whoever that is. Keep your work up. But maybe that's what we'll do around here, is we'll make a huge mountain piece. And I guess that's what this build is sort of inspired by Calm in Final Fantasy VII, but also a little bit of I'm gonna slaughter the name Niblum, where Cloud is from, or supposedly where he's from. It's not really his hometown. Just dig this out a little bit. There we go. And just one more, I think. Right through there. We'll keep that leaf block. Okay, yeah. I'll work on the tree. Man, I really love this build so far. And just this centerpiece right here, I've never made an organic shape like this before, and it just looks great. So we just got to do it with the rest of these builds, and gonna work on the terraforming portion probably in the next couple weeks. Oh, lots of work to do, but at least the main part of the build is done. So say I right now. Just getting this main portion down, finding out what color palette I want to use and what I want to do with it. And now it's just terraform, place blocks, and put the insides in, maybe do a little bit of editing here and there, put it up for review, see what people think, and with any luck, I'll get T1. There's lots of people on the server, lots of them are members, not very many are T1, very few are T2, even fewer are T3, and even fewer are artisans. Our goal is going to be artisan, but we'll see as time goes on what happens. Because certainly my main goal is not to become some big thing on the server. It's to build on the server and interact with other people and learn so that our single player can be epic. But certainly this right here should be evidence that, hey, we're learning a lot. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys learned something, and hope you guys are inspired by this build. It's funny, you get inspired by your own builds when you're, doing this. Usually the type of person I am, I build, look at it, go, ugh, alright. I'm gonna walk away from this and not finish it. But now it's like, oh man, I really want to see what it looks like when I get to here and all this stuff. So, at any rate, that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, happy mining and crafting.